In 2017, Roger Federer turned back the clock and stunned the tennis world. At 35, he didn't just defy age, he redefined what greatness means. This is the incredible story of how Federer rose from the brink of retirement to have one of the most iconic seasons in sports history. In 2016, Federer's career is at a crossroads. Early in the year, he suffers a torn meniscus in his left knee at the age of 35.
So I go to the bathtub, and as I switch on the water, my knee goes click. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on with my knee? Coming back to Switzerland, realizing on the MRI that there was a broken meniscus. Understanding I have to have my first surgery really as a tennis player. Couldn't believe it. It was actually quite emotional, especially also after the surgery, you know, looking down at my foot and understanding that maybe this leg or this knee will never be the same. Took it on my chin and said, okay, I'll start working basically that next day after I came back from the hospital. Some reason my knee still wasn't 100% throughout the clay court season. After that, also I got back issues, and I had the knee and the back. So that's when I decided to pull out of the French Open, because I just realized there's just no way I can even win a match there. And I was able to get my back in check. My knee was still playing up real funny in Stuttgart, Halle and Wimbledon. I think just it's my body and my knee deserves a break. And that's when I decided to take some time off.
Federer makes a tough call to end his season after the 2016 Wimbledon, missing the Rio Olympics, the US Open, and the ATP Finals. As a result, his ranking drops significantly. For the first time in 15 years, he is ranked outside the top 10, marking the end of a dominating era. At this point, most people thought that time had finally caught up to him, and that he would be announcing his retirement soon. But Federer wasn't done just yet. At the heart of it all, he is a dreamer, and these dreams compelled him to give it one more shot. Federer uses a 6-month layoff for the second half of 2016 to recover and reassess his game. His plan for the offseason is simple: to work on his fitness and to improve his backhand. One key change: in 2014, Federer made the decision to switch to a larger racket frame.
We had this feeling that maybe the 90 is getting also a little bit too small of a frame right now. How about if we move into something bigger, a 93, a 95, a 97, and especially something that would help me again more on the backhand side this time around, because obviously I've felt the pain sometimes from Rafa with his lefty spin going high into my backhand. And I just felt like maybe that was worth at least a try. So I spoke to Wilson, did some racket testing, I remember, and we came up with the RF97.
Although he switched rackets in 2014, it's not until his 6-month layoff in 2016 that he learns how to utilize it in his game. In December of 2016, with the Australian Open just weeks away, he goes to Dubai to prepare for his comeback.
So we've done the side to side now. Now this was back to front. So I don't know what else we're doing now, but just gotta warm up everything. It's about 25 degrees. Starting to feel it now. No, I'm joking. Six, ouais.
10 de secondes de pause et puis après appui sous balle.
Almost made it. It's almost going to be easier to play tennis than these warm-ups these days. You come on my side, Luca. Yeah.
Just need to focus, you know, point for point, nothing to forget about the feet in between. 2 more? Yeah.
Goals for 17, I mean, really just starting strong next year. At the beginning, feeling good about the body, and then hopefully go deep in some big tournaments, you know, and get a chance to win, playing against the best there. That's really something I'm looking forward to. These are my new rackets I'm going to be playing with next year. These are the ones I was supposed to come back with at the Olympic Games, but it never happened because of the injury. I'll try to fix my backhand, of course. I've been trying to fix that thing for 25 years, so I'm keep trying.
Federer makes his way over to Melbourne and enters the Australian Open as the 17th seed, a position unfamiliar to the 17-time Grand Slam champion.
We haven't seen Roger Federer since Wimbledon last year. Took 6 months off, extended rest and rehab on his knee.
It's a great draw because I'm in the draw. So for me, I'm super pleased that I made it here and that I have an opportunity to win matches. How many will rest to be seen.
And who wouldn't want to see a matchup between Roger and Rafa with history on the line? If that happens, it has to be the most important match in Australian Open history and possibly Grand Slam history.
It's tough to look past Djokovic and Murray physically and mentally in the 5-set match in Grand Slams. I felt like they were kind of a level above.
We went out and asked a number of people who they thought would win. So nobody tipping Federer there, mostly Murray and Djokovic. Who's your tip for the men's title, Louis?
Admittedly, Murray for me.
Yeah, clearly an underdog this time around.
Meltzer's serving to stay in his 3rd set now.
In his first match against Meltzer, Federer starts shaking off the rust. One thing is clear from the start: Federer's backhand is not a shot his opponents can target. Rather, it has become another weapon.
Oh, he's made it. Talking about being on the up. For the 18th straight year, Roger Federer moved through to round 2 here at the Australian Open.
He's getting a taste of greatness. Oh, efforts. 13-15. With some aplomb. He'll wish hadn't happened, but in the end he's through in straight sets.
It's just a vintage Roger Federer performance. Very few people have been talking about him winning it for a 5th time. That may change now. What a performance.
On the other side of the draw, there is another player coming back from an injury who is also having a great run. It just so happens to be Federer's greatest rival.
What happens in the other side of the draw, I think is great for tennis, that Roger is there again after an injury, after a lot of people talk about always the same things, that probably he will never be back. The real thing is he's back and he's probably ready to win again, fighting again to win a major now. So
Federer continues his run by beating Nishikori in the 4th round and Misha Zverev in the quarterfinals to set up a semi-final against Stan Wawrinka. They battle hard to reach the 5th set. This is where Federer's fitness training in the off-season really starts to pay off.
Oh
Wow.
whilst Wawrinka starts to struggle physically.
Second serve. Into the backhand of Wawrinka. It goes deep. Roger Federer at 35 years of age is into the Australian Open final.
It's real now. I can really actually talk about playing the finals for the first time. I've been dodging that bullet, for the last sort of days now, not talking about the next round and the next round, but this is the last one. So I'll leave it all out here in Australia, and if I can't walk for another 5 months, that's okay.
And now he serves down the tee. Big find at the middle of the court from Dimitrov. Cross-court forehand from Nadal, big off forehand from Dimitrov. He goes back that way, Nadal. Big backhand from Dimitrov. Nadal is there. Another big backhand, Dimitrov cross-court. Dug out again by Nadal. He goes for it again, Dimitrov. He's got another one. He plays up the line. He's missed it! He falls to the ground because he's back where he belongs.
I just think he's an incredible tennis player. He's got shots and that no other one has. And when you have that, you are unique and special. So plus he's got the grit. He's got the mental and physical ability to sustain a super high level of play.
Well, it's a special play with Roger again in a final Grand Slam. I cannot lie, It's great and it's exciting for me and for both of us that we're still there and we're still fighting for important events.
And then it was time. The stage was set. Destiny had brought together two of the game's greatest legends on the biggest stage for one last time. This would go on to be the last Grand Slam final in their rivalry. It wasn't just a match, it was a chance to create history. The final lives up to all its hype. It is vintage Federer and Nadal trading blows for almost 4 hours in an evenly contested match with the highest quality of tennis.
Wow. Perfect. In two of the three previous they played here in Australia, it was a set all. It's the first time Federer is 2 sets to 1 up.
In the deciding fifth set, Federer's new backhand approach wins the battle against Nadal's relentless topspin forehand, the shot that had troubled him for so many years.
That's a huge come-yets from Federer. He's done it! Did he ever believe it? Did he ever dare believe it? Tears will flow.
After losing 6 consecutive Grand Slam encounters against Nadal, Federer finally beats him to win the 2017 Australian Open.
I'm out of words, and Rafa said so many great things, but of course I'd like to also congratulate Rafa on an amazing comeback. I don't think we both, either one of us, believed that we were going to be in the finals of Australia when we saw each other 4 or 5 months ago. And here we stand in the finals. I'm happy for you. I would have been happy to lose too, to be honest. The comeback was perfect as it was. So tennis is a tough sport. There's no draws, but if there was going to be one, I would have been very happy to accept the draw tonight and share it with Rafa, really.
Whilst most people recovering from a knee surgery would still be learning how to walk, Federer goes on to win 3 Masters 1000 events, as well as Wimbledon, where he wins the title without dropping a single set. Roger Federer's 2017 year wasn't just about trophies. It is a story of passion, grit, and the power of reinvention. A reminder that no matter the odds, legends are made, not born. A few important lessons we can learn from this story are: the greats never quit. Hardships just fuel them even more to get better. Breaks are necessary. When looking at the bigger picture, sometimes a break is more beneficial than you think. So be patient. Continuous growth. It is important to continuously analyze your game and find ways to improve, regardless of how good or bad you're doing. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments if you think this is the best comeback in tennis history. Until next time.